Hey, you looking at the guitar stuff? Black Roses. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna start it like at the verse right before the solo because that kind of covers the whole thing, and then I'll explain what's going on. So, if I fuck up, it's because I ain't played this in a while. Hey. All right, so that's basically the whole song, minus the first verse, but you know what I'm saying. So the intro is to the E, sorry. So, and those chords are G sharp, F sharp, A, G sharp, E, and it's just based out of that chord shape. I call that chord shape number 2. I call these chord shapes number 1, which is off of an E, like if you think of an open E chord, and shape number 2 is like off of an open A chord. It's the way I look at it. So you look at it your way, I'll look at it mine. So, so if you want to think of that in chords, it's, like I said, G sharp, F sharp, A, G sharp, E. If you want to look at it in frets, it's 11, 9, 12, 11, 7. Nothing fancy. They're just bar chords. And then what I get into is what I call boogie patterns, which if you've followed any of my stuff before, you see that I do this all the time. It's a standard rock and roll thing. And pretty much every chord I do that on. So you just do those boogies. That's what I'm doing the whole time. Then when it gets to the pre-chorus, I go on the E, and that's called a suspended fourth. And what I'm doing is I'm just adding the B string there on the 10th fret with my pinky, so it's a regular E chord. And you just go, you add that, and then I pop down and do that on the A. So it's the same thing down there, just only this time I'm adding the B note, the B string at the 3rd fret. So open A. So it's then it goes to the intro. Only this time it stops on that F sharp. Back to the E, to A, to B, back to A, then it does a little break on the chorus. So what I do there, the chords, if you want to think of them that way, is E, G, F sharp, E. But the way that I play that is I just use the bottom half of the chord. And I kind of do this weird liftoff thing, which is just my technique, so it's just the way I do it. But this is how Dr. Roadkill does it. You want to play it right, this is what you do. This is the way I do it. So I'm just hitting the E, and then I'm using my ring finger to keep these, the G, B, and I'm sorry, the D, G, and B string barred. And I go, and I slide that up to the 12th fret, down to the 11th fret, then I lift up quickly and hit the E. So it's, and you can do it any way you want. I go, what's natural for me is going ring finger, first finger, open, E. So, but you can do it any way that works for you. You can go, if you want, you can play the chords. But that's not what I do. I go, and then right before it goes back in, it goes, just hits a D. Boom, boom, ba-dum. So, then we get to the solo. Solo, it's just muting and not muting. The reason I did it this way is because I couldn't think of a solo, so I just did this, and it worked, so we kept it. I initially was going to go back and try and do a solo over it, and we thought, you know what, that sounds good, so we just kept it. So, it's, I'm just going, I hit an E, and then I start muting, then I go to A. Mute, slowly stop muting, slowly stop muting. So, the solo is just those three chords, E, A, and B, and then I'm just muting. I hit it, and then mute, and then I'm just going down the chords. A, E, B, E, A, B, back to the thing. And just remember, when I'm playing the verses, it's always boogie. And that's it. Black Roses. If you have any questions, let me know.